My name is Charlie Allison, and I'll be doing a presentation on Meta Incorporated. So to begin, I conducted a pestle analysis of Meta Incorporated. To begin with, politically, governments globally are increasing oversight of big tech companies like Meta. Regulations like the GDPR in Europe require strict user data protection. If Meta doesn't comply, it faces serious consequences like many fines and lawsuits. Economically, Meta relies heavily on its ad revenue, but with global inflation, companies are cutting marketing budgets, which directly affects Meta's income. Socially, users are more concerned about privacy than ever. Additionally, Meta's core platform, Facebook, is losing many of its younger users to platforms like TikTok, which affects its engagement and its growth. Technologically, Meta is investing heavily in advanced technologies like AI, augmented reality, and virtual reality. These innovations are key to its long term vision for the metaverse and its just long term growth and sustainability. Environmentally, uh, Meta runs massive data centers which require enormous energy, and Meta has responded by prioritizing energy efficient operations to reduce its environmental footprint. Uh, and lastly, legally, Meta often faces lawsuits related to user data and content moderation. These legal battles not only cost it money, but also harm its public image and affect its investor trust negatively. In addition to the pestle analysis, I also looked at Meta through Porter's five forces. To begin with, we'll look at the competitive rivalry, which is very high. Meta faces fierce competition from other major platforms like Google, YouTube, TikTok, and Snapchat. These companies constantly fight for users' time and advertiser dollars, which keeps the industry highly competitive. Next, we'll look at the threat of new entrants, which is it's moderate. While new social platforms can pop up, it's difficult to compete at meta scale because of the high cost of developing the technology they have, its user networks, and its ad systems, which make market entry challenging, which keep the force moderate. Next, we'll look at the bargaining power of suppliers, which is low. Meta builds most of its tools and infrastructure in house, meaning it isn't very reliant on external suppliers. So, as a result, suppliers don't have much power to influence costs or operations. Next, bargaining power of buyers, which is high. Meta's users and advertisers have plenty of choices. People can easily switch to other platforms, and advertisers often spread their budgets across multiple channels, which gives buyers a lot of power in the market. Lastly, the threat of substitutes, which is also high. There's a constant stream of new digital platforms offering alternative ways to connect or be entertained. This makes the risk of users and advertisers jumping to substitutes a significant concern. An example of this is the younger generation moving to TikTok because of its shorter videos and it's just crafted better for a younger audience. On this slide, we'll look at two things, or we'll look at its resources and we'll look at Meta's resources and capabilities as well as Meta through the VRIO framework. Meta's internal strength lies in its resources and capabilities. It owns advanced data analytics systems, attracts top tier engineering talent, and has very powerful AI infrastructure. These assets give it a serious edge. In terms of capabilities, Meta manages social platforms that serve billions of users globally, and it also uses AI to deliver highly targeted advertising, which is a huge source of its revenue. Um, Looking at the VRIO framework, to begin with, look at value. Meta's resources are highly valuable and they help drive engagement and generate massive revenue. Rarity. Very few companies have the same level of AI development and data access, which makes Meta's capabilities extremely rare. Imitability. While competitors like Google or TikTok can try to copy them, it would take years and significant investment to match Meta's scale and infrastructure. Lastly, organization. Meta is highly organized to take advantage of its strengths, especially through its Meta AI labs, which focus on innovation and efficient use of its technology. I will look at Meta's value chain. Meta's value chain outlines how the company creates and delivers value. To begin with, we'll look at its inbound logistics. Meta sources powerful servers and data systems. These allow it to store and analyze vast amounts of user data with high efficiency. Um, its operations. Meta manages its core apps like Facebook and Instagram, while it also uses automated systems and human moderators to monitor content and make users' feeds more engaging by showing them what they're likely to enjoy. Marketing. Meta leverages AI to deliver personalized ads. These ads are more effective because they're based on detailed user behavior and interests. Sales and services. Meta provides businesses with easy to use tools through its Meta Ads Manager. This platform allows companies to create ads, choose their target audience, set budgets, and monitor its results all in one place. And lastly, performance reports and analytics help advertisers understand how well their campaigns are working. They can see how many people viewed or clicked on ads, how much they spent, and whether the campaign led to sales or website visits. So these tools could be very helpful in helping businesses grow as well as growing Meta itself. Looking at Meta's business and corporate level strategies, to begin with, Meta's business level strategy focuses on differentiation. It's not just competing as a social media company, but it's aiming to stand out by building immersive digital experiences. The metaverse is central to this strategy by offering a virtual space where people can work, play, and interact. At the corporate level, Meta uses a diversification strategy. It owns and operates multiple platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Each has its own audience and its own features. This approach reduces risk and broadens its reach across different market segments. Internationally, Meta expands by acquiring companies and forming strategic partnerships. An example of this is its partnership with Jio in India, which helps it grow in a key emerging market where mobile and internet usage is increasing rapidly. And lastly, in terms of implementation, Meta is backing its strategy with significant investment, meaning billions are being poured into developing technologies like virtual reality, augmented reality, and AI. These technologies are expected to power its future platforms and define the user experience in the future. Through the performance analysis conducted on Meta, it was revealed that in 2023, Meta reported $134 billion in revenue, which was a 16% increase from the previous year, which signals solid growth. And even more impressive, the net income rose by 25%, which reflect improved efficiency and profitability. Compared to competitors, Meta shows higher user engagement, even though its ad pricing remains lower, which can be both a strength for advertisers and a challenge for its revenue. In terms of strategic trends, Meta continues to grow its ad revenue while investing heavily in research and development, particularly in artificial intelligence and immersive technology like its metaverse. The investor outlook is positive, with many seeing Meta's AI initiatives as key to long-term growth. This optimism is helping to strengthen Meta's market position. And lastly, Meta's competitive advantage lies in its massive global user base and its unmatched ability to deliver highly targeted ads, which keeps both users engaged and advertisers satisfied. Now let's look at Meta's financial ratios. Its ratios reflect a strong performance in 2023 and 2024. To begin with, the net profit margin rose to 37.91%, which is up from 28.98% the previous year. This shows that Meta is not just increasing its revenue, but it's also keeping more of its revenue as profit. Its return on assets came in at 22.59%, which shows that Meta is using its assets pretty efficiently and to generate its earnings. And lastly, we'll look at Meta's current ratio, which is 2.5, which means the company has more than twice the assets it needs to cover short-term liabilities. This is a very good sign of financial health and liquidity. A diagnosis of Meta is Meta's financial foundation is strong. In 2024, it posted a 37.91% net profit margin and a 22.59% return on assets, which signals high efficiency and profitability. This growth is mainly being driven by its continued investment in artificial intelligence and personalized advertising, which have gave Meta a competitive edge. However, the company faces growing regulatory pressure, specifically around data privacy and content moderation. Governments are closely monitoring how Meta handles user data and harmful content. In addition, there's also a social challenge. Meta is losing ground with younger audiences who are increasingly shifting to platforms like TikTok, which raises concerns about long-term user engagement. Moving forward to combat this, Meta needs to balance innovation with responsibility. It must continue developing its advanced technologies, but should also be transparent and ethical in how it's managing its user data and platform content. This balance will be critical to retain public trust and to stay ahead of its competitors. In order to continue its success and to combat its issues, Meta should take three steps. To begin with, Meta should expand its generative AI tools. By launching AI driven features for content and ad creation, the company will be able to provide more value to both its users and its businesses. This will support engagement while enhancing the effectiveness of its ad platform. Second, there's a strong need to increase transparency. Meta needs to do a better job explaining how content moderation decisions are made and how its user data is collected and used. By offering stronger privacy tools and clearer communication, they'll be able to rebuild public trust, which has taken a strong hit in recent years. And lastly, Meta's issue of engaging younger audiences. To do this, it should invest in features and platforms that appeal to Gen Z, such as short form video, creative tools, and more interactive content experiences. This will be essential to staying relevant in the evolving digital landscape and the growing popularity of TikTok. To put the recommendations into action, Meta should focus on implementation in phases. The timeline begins with deploying AI monetization tools by quarter 3 of 2025. This timing aligns with key marketing seasons like back to school and early holiday campaigns, allowing advertisers to immediately benefit. It also gives Meta time for thorough testing. Financially, Meta should allocate an estimated $2 billion in research and development. This investment is justified considering the potential for both innovation and revenue expansion. And if executed well, this strategy will unlock a new stream of ad revenue and boost user retention, especially among businesses and younger users.